Hi guys, I'm Shmee and you join me in Germany where I've just flown over following a test drive in Italy to come and visit Techart near Stuttgart, where today we're going to be picking up a car that we use in the upcoming part of this adventure. It's not the Magnum behind me, but we will be checking that out shortly because based on a Cayenne turbo, this is quite a beast. It is, however, a car that is about to roll out and we'll be able to take a look at a Techart GT Street R. Let's take a look.
Let's get it!
And here it is! Now I don't even know if this is a car or if this is something from out of space. It is just crazy. This is the Techart GT Street R. It's a 720 horsepower weapon that we're going to be driving in the coming days and enjoying and getting to see what it is all about. But just look at the car. Doesn't it look insane from the second you see it? It's a completely sort of reworked project by Techart, taking power up from 580 to 720 horsepower. But just look at it, and the aerodynamic side of things are just out of this world. It's got a completely new carbon body, so basically every panel, the bumper, the wings, the bonnet, everything's made out of carbon fiber except some standard parts like the door and the sort of A-pillar through to the rear quarter. You've got enlarged vents around the sides for additional cooling through to the twin turbocharged 3.8 litre engine, of course. It's the Porsche 911 Turbo S after all. Under the skin, you've got new wheels. If you come around to the front, you can see these large sort of vents for the cooling through to the radiators. You've got aerodynamic parts here where air can go in and can come back out so that it flows over the car. It's been through wind tunnel testing, all sorts of things. You've got new sort of bespoke louvers here for Techart that they've made just for, again, keeping the air away from the where it gets caught up in the wheel arches and letting it flow out cleanly. So we come around towards the back, past the Techart distinct style forged wheels on it, but again around the rear, same story, completely new bumper, carbon fiber made for this car, and even an active aerodynamic rear wing that can go 15 degrees of tilt and angle, sitting in the raised position right now. But look at how complicated and intricate, I suppose, the design is and styling. You get extra cooling through to the engine through here, captures the air coming over the top into the car, and then down at the rear, the pretty monstrous exhaust system, the quad-tipped exhaust system. You basically have two for when the valves are open, two for when the valves are closed. Titanium exhaust system, ready to rock and roll. It doesn't stop there either. Let's take a look at the inside where this car is sporting the Club Sport interior. So we've got the bucket seats, two seats, we've got a cage in the rear, painted in the bright green to match the bodywork, but completely retrimmed. So lots of the things you look at have been made by Techart, of course, specific and bespoke. So the GT Street R logo there on the door. The seats have been completely retrimmed from the standard Porsche bucket seat. We've got harnesses as well as the normal seat belts. I feel we might be driving on the normal seat belts, but harnesses are always fun. You've got some nice touches like on the gear stick here. You've got the switch selector for the different driving modes as well. Normal, sport, sport plus, and individual in the bright green. Even, I notice on the dashboard, I'm not sure if you can just see that with the sunshine, but the speedometer speed markings are also in the bright green, and the little touches there on the air vents too. So there is a lot of individuality to this car. You can see over there, GT Street R number 1. This is the first car, and the green sport chrono clock. I'm just like, everywhere I look, there's something to investigate and take a look at. Hey, look back here, there's a matching helmet, finished in the same colours to match the car, with the carbon fibre and the bright green and some luggage on the other side. This is seriously, seriously cool. Wowzers. Everything is custom. We got satin carbon fibre. Hey, the satin on the back of the seats, that's not standard either. That's been done rather than the gloss on the standard seats. Just everything about it is so well, I'm not going to lie, in your face, but in such an awesome way, such a brilliant way that we're going to enjoy, I think, quite a bit of driving with this car. We're going to be taking it through the Alps, driving it kind of on a daily basis, GT, testing out what it's like to almost live with something like this. So living with a GT Street R, something this bonkers, out and about on a road trip, the Where's Shmee tour in the Techart GT Street R for now, before we later get joined by some of my cars that are coming out to different parts. But I'm going to experience what a car that is this crazy. You know, this thing does 0 to 62 miles an hour, 100 kilometers an hour in 2.5 seconds. It's on the Michelin Sport Cup 2s, it's all-wheel drive, it has the PDK gearbox, 2.5 seconds. That is fast. Very, very fast. So you can be sure we're going to be having a lot of fun. We're going to be sharing all of this, but the GT Street R is about to embark on a rather special adventure that I think we're not going to forget in a hurry, because let's face it, this is the most in-your-face, dare I say it, car I think I will ever use for a trip like this, and I'm really excited about it. Well then, I find myself now with the key, which is in Daphne green. It's a PTS colour. Let's jump in though and start up the car. It's actually kind of technically keyless, so you don't need to put the key in anywhere. But I'll jump in, sit in the bucket, and we will turn this toggle and listen to the noise it makes. So, I'm ready. Let's hear this. Ooh, that is the sound of power. This is going to be good. We've got a lift system as well, which we're probably going to need, but everything more or less ready and set to go. But first, let's check that out. Now let's take a look around this beast then, the Techart Magnum Sport. The edition 30 years to celebrate, of course, Tecart's 30th anniversary. So this has the sport body kit, which means it gets the additional carbon fiber parts that you can see here on the back of the front louvers, along the side and around the rear as well. And it also has a pretty beastly exhaust system that we're going to hear in a second. But being a special edition for 30 years, they completely redid the interior. So come and have a look at this. You've got body painted parts to match the exterior throughout. You can see around the steering wheel, around the central console. You've got the Magnum logo embossed on the armrest here. Custom sort of configuration with everything, with the red highlights that you can see against the black. Let's jump in and start this up. So KN turbo normally, but with the power kit in here, and the well, it's got a full carbon fiber bonnet as well while I'm thinking about it. 700 horsepower. So let's start this up with the toggle at the left. That gave a nice little snap there. Not bad. And that is just with the valves closed. If you press sport, we'll obviously open the valves up. The crackles are awesome. Not bad at all. So this is the Magnum KN Turbo. I've not actually spent too long in here, but you've got the adjustable ride height, so you can move that down. I think it needs the door closed to do it. So let's just shut the door. Obviously they have the option to go even lower, full sort of lowest possible setting. It's quite quiet when you're inside though. Nice and peaceful in here. Well, you'd probably expect that it should be. You've even got sort of red highlights here as well to go with the red stitching all around the car. Even the back, if I just spin around, you can see even the back's been done with the white highlights. So a full, completely special interior, specifically for this car. So let's turn it off, jump back outside, have a look at the car again around the front. So yeah, full carbon bonnets to go with the carbon pieces. You've even got that sort of additional part inside there. And now you've got the contrast of those additional parts against the white of the paintwork too. So that's quite a beastly luxury car to go alongside the car we will be departing with shortly. Away we go then. So first little drive. Does this count as a first drive? Picking up a car that we're going to be driving and using for a couple of thousand kilometers. In fact, probably going to drive this car more.
Roundabout to take the third exit onto Ditzinger Strasse.
Yes, ma'am. Probably going to drive this car more than I have driven my GT8 to date. We will firstly find a food stop because we're pretty desperate for something to eat, and then continue continue on the way. Hey, look at the sign, Porsche Strasse, that's the road we're on. And KFC, which is definitely the road we want to be on. Where's the entrance? Down here. Yes, we're taking a GT Street R to get dinner at KFC. The Colonel better look after us. And you know what? I am completely and totally exhausted, so I've barely driven the car, basically just a few miles over to KFC where we've grabbed some food, but I'm going to wrap up today's video there. You'll have to come back for more as we meander down through the Alps over the coming days with the GT Street R. There's some more content to mix in, so it will maybe jump around a little bit, but we'll be back with plenty driving this car and letting you know what it is like. So it's a big thanks to Techart for, of course, lending it to me, allowing me to take it on this adventure and film these videos for you guys with the GT Street R. It is truly crazy just looking at it here though. It stands out like a sore thumb in a car park, but it's bright, it's leery, it's a little bit mental, and I think we're probably going to enjoy it over the next few days. So I will wrap this one up for there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, big thanks to Techart, big thanks to you guys for watching, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers!